Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another tarot deck review. This is not an unboxing. This is one of the decks I've had for a minute, and I have a few other decks that I've got to get up and reviewed for you guys. So I'll be doing that in this time frame of sheltering in place. My nails look terrible because we've been doing some home improvement projects around the house. So I apologize, but I'm trying to go, from not to go insane. That's what I'm trying to do, not to go insane. So here we go. Let's take a look at the Kawaii Tarot by Diana Lopez. This is 78 cards of magic and cute. This is on the lower end side of the price range at $14.95, and it is published by Sterling Ethos. I will link everywhere that I know you can purchase it down in the description box below. I do not get paid. I'm not sponsored for any of these reviews. I just want you guys to be able to experience the deck and then make your own decision on whether or not you would like to purchase them. So this says, check out your future Kawaii style with the cutest tarot deck ever. Inside, you'll find 78 adorable illustrated cards and an accessible guidebook to help you interpret your readings. Add this deck to your collection or use it to get started with card divination. So, speaking of getting started, I don't know if this would be the best deck to start with as a beginner, because as you can see by the card illustrations here, there's not much of a scenery or anything to interpret with your intuition if you're not familiar with symbolism, the symbolism or meanings in the tarot. So just keep that in mind. However, if you are drawn to this deck and you really feel like this is calling to you, by all means purchase it, because the guidebook is really good and it'll help you with the learning process. It'll help you tap into the meanings and all of that as well. So keep that in mind. All right, so it opens like a book, and I will say my biggest complaint I have about this deck is the packaging. So not to be a Debbie Downer or anything like that, it's just absolutely not for me as far as packaging goes. I feel like it's pretty wasteful because you split the deck in half in two different cardboard cardboard boxes. And then this is not very sturdy either, this little cardboard packaging. And then the book here is attached in this little sleeve. So it slides in and out for your, I'll say inconvenience, because it really is an inconvenience trying to get that back. You bend, I don't know if you can see, but the little corners of the book get bent trying to, slide it in. It's not the easiest, as you can see, and now it's stuck. So that right there takes points away from it for me. I like my decks to be accessible. I like my decks to feel like I can just dive right in. And with this particular one, I don't feel that way, and I feel really bad about saying it, but I'm just being honest, and I'm just showing you what you would be, what to expect, right? So nothing against the author. It's just, the price is very much represented here, right? So you kind of get what you pay for. So while I have the guidebook out, I'll show you before we get into the cards. It has a lot of information in here, which is fantastic. It has like 7 different spreads. It has the meanings, and then it has a little bit of information as well with the numbers and the different meanings throughout the tarot. So I think it has 7 spreads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spreads. So sorry. But so that's great too, especially if you're beginning and you want to figure out what spreads are. It's different options in there for you. And then it does have the upright and the reversed information and the meanings for that as well. So it's fantastic that way. It really guides you along in the journey. So that's a huge plus for me right there, because I feel like out of everything in this deck, the best part is the guidebook. And I feel like that's really weird to say, but the guidebook is pretty decent. I mean, it doesn't go like terribly in depth for you, but it's got a lot of good information if you're just starting out, or even if you like whatever, however along in the process of tarot you are, it's still a good guidebook, right? Okay, so putting that away, let's dive into the most annoying thing about this deck, these guys. Look, if I want to get into a deck, I want to get into it all in one. I don't want to have to sit here and open up these flimsy packaging that are already starting to break. The cards bend and the corners get icky, trying to get them in and out of these little packaging things. So yes, and look, like it makes no sense to me. I'm sorry, I just have to say it. Pet peeve about decks. If you're going to save money on your packaging, fantastic. That's awesome. But do it in a way that makes sense, right? This doesn't make sense to me. It's cute, and that's about it. Other than that, oh, I'm missing another one. You see what I mean? You don't even know if you got all of the cards out at once. All right, I'm complaining and I'm sorry, but I just want you guys to feel the frustration that I have with this. And know that I feel like I'm valid in saying this. It feels wasteful and it's frustrating. There's also a blank card in here, so I don't know if that's important to any of you out there, but there's a blank card. So again, I feel like it's wasteful. You can already see the wear and tear on it. And the only reason I kept those little things was because I wanted to show you eventually when I got around to filming. So anyway, let's get into the cards after, almost 7 minutes of recording. They are small, okay? They are like a good size small. They're not mini tarot. That's about as good of a reference I can show you. They aren't mini by any means, but perfect for small hands. The back is adorable. I love the different colored stars. I love the pastels. I think it's super cute. I'm a sucker for anything adorable like this. So as we go along with looking at the cards, you can see what I mean about not being exactly beginner friendly. It's doable, however, especially with the guidebook. So the choice is yours. It took me so long to realize that those are actually ram horns and not like a weird Cinnabon hairstyle. So, how's everybody doing at home right now? Hopefully you're staying well. And those of you that can't stay home, hopefully you are getting some rest in right now. Know that you are appreciated. It's ridiculous out there right now. At least where I'm at, we have some pretty decent weather. So been able to spend some time out in the backyard with the dogs, and they've been enjoying having their parents home. So that's been nice. They've been behaving themselves. So anywho, as we're going through these cards, they glide really well. They are a little bit more on the delicate side. They do and will crease. So if they get slightly shuffled too far, bent too far, they will crease. They are delicate, but they aren't as delicate as the Antique Anatomy Tarot. And that's kind of like my guideline right there for card thinness. Let me see if I can get the light. There we go. So they aren't terrible cards by any mean. They aren't terrible cards. However, will they be my go-to? No. I think they are great for certain clientele. Like they'd be perfect, like if you are well versed in tarot and you do readings for friends and family or even strangers. I think it would be great for that because they're very friendly. Even the negative cards look friendly. So doing readings for other people, this would be a great deck for that. It would also be a great deck for travel because of its size. If you put it in a different kind of bag or box. Some people put their tarot decks in like a nice silk pouch, velvet pouch. However you store your decks is amazing and up to you. So this would be one of those opportunities to store them outside their original packaging. I, for one, have a way that I like to store these. It's not ideal, but I will show you once we're done. I love the different wands or the different cups that are in here. Excuse me. So sorry about that. So it makes it a little bit harder with the court cards to kind of figure out what they mean because there's not much to go on. So if you're not well versed, like I said, in that, it's a little harder. But, you know, again, the guidebook makes up for it, I feel like. The guidebook's really nice, and it definitely is worth the purchase in itself. For the cute cards and the guidebook, I will overlook the packaging. I just feel like there are different ways to cut the cost down. And this again is like no shade. It's just me thinking and pure my opinion. So don't think that I'm being horrible because I'm not trying to be. It's just my opinion. Could I make my own deck? Probably not. So again, it's not like that. It's just me simply having an opinion. It does shuffle really well. I don't mind the shuffling one bit. I feel like it's really easy for small hands. It's really easy for big hands because it's not that mini size. So you still are able to have that grip on it, and shuffling it this way is fine too. But like I said, if you accidentally fold it, it creases. It doesn't bounce back. All right, so let's take that card. Okay, 7 of Pentacles, and we'll read the meaning in the guidebook, and then I'll show you how I like to store it. So 7 of Pentacles. All right, so it's got the keywords here. Vision, waiting, time will tell. The 7 of Pentacles is the feeling of anxiety after you've done a lot of work but haven't seen results yet. The 7 of Pentacles is a card with a big vision stuck in the day-to-day tasks of setting goals and objectives. As such, there's an energy of conflict. But I want it now. On the plus side, the 7 of Pentacles can show you that you have made some wise investments. They will just take some time. Whatever the result, be assured you have done what is necessary to reach your goal. There's no point in worrying about it. While this may seem fatalistic, this card is a positive sign that you have done your best. You definitely understand the value of putting in time and energy to create the life you want. Look at nearby cards to see signs of the outcome. And then it has the reversed. So it's definitely got good information for you. It's got the spreads. It's got the different, like what the numbers mean and about all the cards, everything you need to know to get started. So that's fantastic. My light is changing, sorry. But again, the packaging is where it loses me. And as a beginner, that's not entirely friendly as far as the images go, and I feel like your intuition is half of the learning process, right? So that might be a little difficult, but this is how I like to store them in this situation. Kind of get them all evened out. Oh, sorry. Ooh, the light is just not happy with me today. I'm sorry, guys. Anywho, that is probably going to do it for me with this review. If you own this, let me know what you think about it. If this is something that you enjoy having, if this is your go-to deck, if you're connected with it. I will say it's adorable. It's, you know, certainly cute. It's not my go-to deck, but it's something that, you know, I wouldn't hesitate to use on a client. It's not something that I would hesitate to, I should say I would use it in any circumstance or any situation. It's just, it's not my go-to. It's not something that I'm like, oh, that's my everyday deck. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this particular deck down in the comment section. If you own it, if you are excited about getting it, that sort of a thing. Let me know your experience with it. Am I being too harsh on the packaging? I probably am, but it's just a pet peeve. So anywho, if this was helpful, if you enjoyed it, go ahead and leave it a like. Subscribe if you have not already done so, and don't forget to hit that notification bell on your way out of the video. All right, guys, like I said, I hope you're doing fantastic. I hope all is well, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.